What's up, folks? I'll tell you from the shop. I'm going to do a little intro. Remodel I'm working on right now. I've got the last video that I'm going to, that'll be at the end of this. And I bought a couple new tools to do this job, and they were huge time savers. So one of them is this Marshalltown sander / vacuum. Worked like a champ. This has enough, on my big rigid vacuum, this will almost suck itself to the wall. So this is an occupied house. If you look at the videos, you'll see that I'd actually have to, excuse me, pull the windows out. There were 2 interior windows. So I had to mud those holes, because those windows ended up going into the new exterior wall. So as opposed to taping off everything where I was to get the dust from getting all over the house, this thing was awesome. I had seen some reviews on similar vacuum sanders for drywall, but this one worked like a champ. You do have to get the vented sandpaper, of course, for it to work. And I want to say I got this at Lowe's. It was under 30 bucks. They had 2 versions of this, and I don't think either one of them were more than 40 bucks. So worked like a champ. It does have adapters to hook up to your different size vacuums, so you can run it off a little vacuum. This is the adapter that fits my big shop vac, but huge time saver, preventing me from having to tape everything off, doing some of the finish sanding. And then the other one, the last time I put HardieBacker on, I used just roofing nails, long 1.25 inch, I think, roofing nails to install it. I wasn't aware that they actually make nails for HardieBacker, which kind of makes sense because they're installing a ton of, in my area, everybody's going to this. So these nails, you would think your standard coil roofing nailer, I've got a rigid roofing nailer, almost fits these. It'll go up to 1 3/4 inches. My coil roofing nailer will. But the feed distance between these copper wires on here, you have to buy a special gun in order to get it to work. So I was a little nervous. I couldn't get it to work on my standard roofing nailer. Went to the place that I bought the coil nails from, a hardware store in my area. It's not a large chain, it's just in my state. And they had told me that they don't carry the gun, you have to order it. So then I really got nervous because I bought this stuff on a Friday, and my intent was to get all the siding on in one weekend. But luckily Home Depot had this gun. Nobody else in the area carried one. And this is a DeWalt DW66C1. And it was it was like $2.99 plus tax. But it was a huge time saver on putting that HardieBacker up. I've tried using nail guns before, just a standard nail gun, and no matter how far I cranked it down, it either would shoot in and not get deep enough, or it would shoot in and break the HardieBacker out. So this one standard, I didn't have to adjust it at all. It sunk them in deep, didn't crack the siding out or anything. But for the spans that I was doing, there's no way I could have done it by myself using the method I'd used in the past. So both of these were excellent additions. Fortunately, I did have to buy some tools on this remodel, but I'll more than make up for it in what I'm making off of it. But I would definitely recommend both these tools. So the video you're going to see now is the end of the remodel, more or less. I've got a few pieces of special HardieBacker I had to order for some trim on the outside windows. But the floor's installed, all the trim's done, all the siding's up with the exception of a little bit. The homeowner is going to paint. The whole interior of the house is ready for paint. So what little I've got to do is just on the exterior of this house. So the next video series you'll see will be me starting the sunroom that is directly next to the next door house in this neighborhood. So y'all be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll talk to you later. Alright, let me take you through this phase with the hardy backer on, the exception of some trim at the top. I've got that piece ordered, and the center piece a little wider than the sides. I had to buy a nail gun in order to put this up. We basically just carried over the lines from the previous siding, put a transition piece all the way, and then I'll have to piecemeal that in. Hardy's on. Got a video coming on the floor. Sheetrock's done and textured, trims up and caulked. Basically matched it all the way around. Put cord round down. Shoe molding actually. Transitioned all that in, then it'll blend in once it's painted. Customer's painting this one. And end up putting the siding back on this. So that's what she wanted, more of like a shiplap look. Shiplap look. And then a little built-in set of shelves over here on the side. I try to do the floor last, but I ended up putting it in last weekend. I've got a few spots where it's trying to separate on me, maybe one that I can see, which is this mark right here. It is dirty. Transition was a pain in the butt. Ended up buying that's a piece of oak stair tread, and then this is an oak transition piece. So once they stain that, this will all blend in. And the outside is looking sweet. Looks like I hadn't been here once they put a coat of paint on it, which is what we're going for. Pocket doors on order are the door slab. I'll have to go in there and trim all those nails off. That's the nails for the siding that came through, but I can get a pair of snips in here and snip those off. You're going to verify that before you put a slab in there. A lot of times they'll glue the sheetrock to this because there's not a whole lot of room there for you to screw something into those pocket door frames. Other than paint, this is more or less the finished product from my perspective. This is what I bid on up to this point. They said they're doing the painting. I still got to have the electrician come back in and finish out the wiring. This was a permit job, and in my state you can't do everything. So a licensed electrician has to handle that, and then the HVAC guy's coming in to move the condensation line to the outside, and hopefully going to put the vent right there so we can not have to patch the ceiling. But that's it. I'll give you another photo once we get the painting done, but that's where we're at for now. See ya.